what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP and the XRP community. As we can see from LUD, XRP USD weekly time frame looks pretty bullish to me. Not so we can see the all these indicators right here. The RSI stable, the stock RSI cross bullish, as well as the MACD just cross bullish. And then we can see here. Now if this exact pattern plays out, we could see XRP at over $20 by September if this exactly plays out. But as we know, again, anything can happen in the technical analysis of things. This is the weekly, it looks like. So before we jump into the news, I'm obviously not a financial advisor, nor this is financial advice. This is just for entertainment value only. Now, iPinky tweeted out, XRP will never be backed by anything. Listen why. He also very clearly explains the main purpose of XRP.
And the reason is as follows. As soon as you go to maintaining the value, right, some kind of stable coin, a whole set of regulatory concerns get triggered. I have to make sure that there is corresponding financial or real assets backing this notional value that they seek to maintain. That looks a lot more like a bank, right? Because you're promising some claims which are fixed, and that requires regulation for reasons I just talked about. Now, once you get an army of regulators, every central bank looking at it, then the question is, have you added a whole set of transaction costs to this, and is it worth, is it that useful? As I understand it, what is attempted with XRP is not so much maintaining the value, but offering a vehicle for exchange, which is quite different, because there you can have value fluctuating. All you need is value to be stable for 10 seconds while the whole transaction takes place. And as a result, there's a whole different need for regulation. You don't need to regulate value. I don't care. So long as there is some value, the transaction can certainly take place. And as a regulator, I'm not so worried about either this displacing my fiat currency, because you're moving from one fiat currency to another. It's just an interim value. And it's a means of exchange, but it's neither a store of value nor a unit account, etc., etc.
Thank you very much.
So as you can see right there, explains the main purpose of XRP, but never be backed by anything. So if we go in the reply of this tweet, Mark replied, in other words, no matter what price XRP is in, it needs to have some type of value. As long as it has value, it can be used. How will the value rise? Once all banks start transacting and the demand becomes higher. In a reply from iPinky, exactly, although I do not think all banks are required, but the ones using ODL should have a constant volume. Jack the Rippler. Boom. Ripple says massive global expansion of XRP payments network launching in 2020. Everyone will use XRP. Again, Ripple says it's launching its XRP-based cross-border payments product called On-Demand Liquidity, ODL, like on the last tweet, around the world in 2020. There we go, guys. Huge news. 2020. Once again, around the world, ODL, On-Demand Liquidity. It's going to be insane. From Hodosell. CEO of MoneyGram said he believes that EBIX, Cash, and MoneyGram have the opportunity to partner outside of India. Let's watch this video.
What are your India-specific plans? You know, you're talking about remittances of almost $3 billion in the short term. India, of course, globally does see, one of the highest remittances. The World Bank has also noticed that trend, with migrants sending money back home. So having said that, $3 billion, by how much do you think you'll be able to touch that? What exactly is the India plan?
Yeah, I mean, that's just the beginning, I believe. For us, I think our aspirations globally are to be the leader in cross-border payments, and India is the single largest remittance market in the world. And so, with $80 billion, I believe, coming in 2019, $3 billion is just a small piece of that pie. So, we have huge aspirations for what we can do in the Indian market, and huge aspirations for how MoneyGram can scale and grow. We want to be the leader. EBIX Cash wants to be the leader. This is a strategic partnership, and we believe that there's not only opportunity here in India, but there's also opportunity for us to partner together outside of India as well to ensure that we have the best products and services, and that we're able to service that Indian customer in the most robust way. I want to be the most known brand for consumers. Ebix Cash is the most known brand here in the country, and we want to make sure that we utilize both of those for the benefit of Indian customers and push financial inclusion and really help with the growth of the Indian economy.
So the growth of everything, as he stated that it's a small piece of the pie, $3 billion. So everything is according to plan, as well. XRP Ripple's partnered with MoneyGram. Next is from Happy XRP. Central banks move one step closer to issuing digital currencies. 6 central banks and the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, have formed a working group to discuss potential cases for central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. What's going on? One step closer to issuing digital currencies. So we're getting closer and closer to see these central bank digital currencies come into play. XRP Jackson tweeted out, Ripple's in talks with SEC regarding XRP's regulatory status. So Ripple XRP seems to be showing serious concerns about its regulatory status, as the company is constantly in talks with SEC on this matter. So again, either a security or a commodity. In my opinion, it's a commodity. This is from Earth to Alt. I was just trying to get some late night donuts, and then we could see here. Let's watch this video.
Maybe, but also
That's great.
remember that XRP and Ripple has always been a player, right? Even from the very beginning, they've been working with the SEC, working with the big banks. They've always wanted to be a kind of a bridge from a fiat money world dominated by governments and intermediaries, to a crypto world. So this is one of the reasons the crypto community is not so nuts.
So we could see there hints towards IPO plans. Again, the IPO, the initial public offering. At the end of the day, nobody knows what's going to happen exactly. Our Explosion tweeted out, something is going on behind the scenes. Before WEF, we were having 2 to 3 million XRP transactions on Fiat Leak, and now the silence, which I suspect big boom is on the way. Again, now it's silent. Why is this happening? We don't know. He suspects something big is coming. Next is from Boy XRP Facts. Awesome for perspective. If you're new to the crypto community, pay attention. Let's watch this video.
Yeah, I guess stepping way back, I'm kind of the view of these digital currencies will supplement the global economy. None of them are going to replace fiat currencies. It's too much of an interest. Every country needs its own currency for all kinds of good economic reasons, including being inflationary generally. And paying taxes. So I think of these things in terms of kind of like being the Singapore dollar or the Swiss franc of the world. That would be end state incredibly successful and would be constructive for the world. So they just help lubricate the movement of other things of value, whether they be fiat or they be gaming assets or stock, anything, right? So they are supplemental, they don't replace. Within, how to categorize them, Libra is obviously a stable coin. Generally, I'm not super excited about stable coins. I kind of don't get it. Why? Why not just use a fiat then? If it's just going to be backed by fiat, and then you got the counterparty who has to maintain it. I just don't get it. I think it's a trend. Anyway, you don't have to worry about volatility that much to use a lot of digital assets. So for example, in cross-border payments, a bank that's using a digital asset to lower how much liquidity they need in the system, and that's a big part of what they solve, right? There's trillions of dollars in liquidity tied up just because payments take so long. It's really hard to settle them in fiat. A really efficient digital asset's just way more efficient, and then a bank, instead of having to use a correspondent or having to have money, a Danish bank would have to have money in every market they serve, using digital assets, they only have to hold kroner. They don't even have to own the digital asset. They're just going to they're going to get it on demand from an exchange. If it's a fast enough digital asset, XRP is 3 seconds to settle, you're out of it in 3 seconds. That's actually lower volatility than the US dollar that takes days to settle. So, stablecoins, what they're trying to create isn't really a problem that needs solving. I'd put a big separation on the proof of work coins, because I just think, again, with climate change, those are kind of unacceptable methods when you have to chew that kind of electricity up just to confirm a transaction, which
Again, at the end, he stated climate change. Again, he stated that it chews up a lot of electricity just for the transaction. XRP does not do that. It settles in 3 seconds. It's very fast and seamless. Yeah, Nording tweeted out, so you guys can read this. The IPO means for XRP. So you guys can read that. Roses on the Moon tweeted out, Ripple's XRP transaction volume breaks records in the Philippines and Mexico. Again, more records in volume. So again, positive news. So guys, we're into the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. This is quite interesting. ZZ tweeted out 1-Jubilee. John Wick replied, I wonder where he got that from. Now, if we look at this picture right here, the great transition, fear, hope. So, phase 1, liquidity crisis. No more QE, market fall, sell-off of assets. So we could see all of these things. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is hope, new SDR liquidity, new world financial system, debt settlement and restructure for many nations. Jubilee. Phase 3, super mega projects. Again, look at that. Debt settlement and restructure for many nations. It's quite interesting. G2, get ready for the new quantum financial system. Again, we've been hearing a lot of news about the virus outbreak in China, I think. And look at that. Medical care is completely collapsed. So the new quantum financial system, are they going to shut down the internet and all of these things? Cryptomaniac tweeted out, is it just me or does Mr. Poole latest video that he posted back in 2019 show a virus being spread and air horns warning everyone? What can you do? Now again, the virus we see here. I don't know, maybe it does, who knows at the end of the day. Reborn tweeted out, XRP community, deception is the game, money is the aim, power is the claim, we are the blame, but XRP is the flame, so you best not say its name. Now this is quite an interesting post. We could see 1 times 666 triskelion. The Ripple logo mark is called a triskelion. Historically, a triskelion is the motif consisting of 3 interlocked spirals. In ancient art around the world, the triskelion suggests rotational symmetry, movement, and perpetuity. Here, the Ripple, look at that. Isn't that quite interesting? And again, Christine Lagarde, look at that. Everything really seems like it's connecting, honestly. Now the final tweet is from Baba Cugs. London is ready again. I'm pretty sure it was from Yo-Yo, I think. I could get that wrong, but he stated that London is ready by the end of January or something along those lines. But hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. And yeah guys, hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And yeah guys, see ya.